wasn't a thing ever.
We're not the same, y'all don't think like this. I stand up straight, y'all don't breathe like this. Mean what I say, y'all don't speak like this. I am gone, a guide of nothing ever. We're not the same, y'all don't think like this. I stand up straight, y'all don't breathe like this. What I say, y'all don't speak like this. I am gone, a guide of nothing ever.
What's good, everybody? Guides of Nothing Ever. Gone podcast, pilot episode 15. Break last
Full of
week.
camp tips. I'm sure you need it. Use a knife to whittle out a barb on a mat.
That's an interesting ad.
Right. So yeah, we took a week off, enjoying the cool air and this California weather.
Oh, don't talk to me about your cool air. It's been like low 90s this week, so, and humidity at 100%, so it's been like cool for us, but like, it's been 100 degrees already a bunch here.
Yeah, yesterday was like the first day it actually calmed down. It was literally in the high 90s, low hundreds.
Oh, okay. You're dealing with the same thing, just not the humidity, probably.
And then it just literally yesterday or around 8 o'clock at night, it kind of dropped to like 80 something, and then it's been like 70, 79. It's been very, very beautiful, I should say.
San Jose. Is that San? Where are you actually at?
I'm in Sacramento.
Sacramento to ATL to Washington Courthouse.
I already called dibs.
Yeah, that definitely reminds me of Sufi, the original Ain't Sufi project. That reminds me of one of the songs actually on the original Ain't Sufi with the jungle-ish type sound. Do you know what song I'm talking about, Jim?
I'm gonna kill this.
Yeah, it reminds me of. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna murder this. Yeah. Yeah, that's nasty.
That is.
Yeah. Catch a fever in the jungle. If you're ready to rumble, tongue, you know what I mean? I'm gonna murder that. Yeah.
So my hair, I can have it like Rapunzel.
Right.
Chewing at the bullet with the gun do. Son do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I come.
Weirdo. Here we go. Yeah, it'd be hard. It would be hard to chop freestyle off the top without just being like, hey, we're gonna do like 2 or 4 bar segments and pass it like that. That we could do it like that. It would be crazy.
Yeah, I would murder this.
Man, I love that vibe. ExurtBeatz on the beat. The G.O.N. show.
Yes, pilot episode 15.
Is this in the pack, Exurt? Is this in the pack?
Yes, I believe so. It's called After You. No. I think this is a new one.
So it's not in the 10 pack from like 5 days ago.
No. This is one of the 5 I made within the week.
Went down to Georgia.
Definitely don't send it to me or I'll steal it.
Yeah. Send me an MP3. Send me the MP3. Hang a rapper up by his feet, upside down, style unique. 2L. You not me not you, we not we. I'm not you, he's not he, she's not she. Fuck a pronoun. Let's go down. Came from the soul now.
Nice.
Got him hating on my flow now. Y'all murder this beat.
Let's go now. Put him on the road to the show now. Tell him that Did it when it go down? I'm gonna tell them no. Man, we just messing around. Oh, jeez. It's my mosquito repellent smoke.
Yeah, that beat's insane.
Yeah, it doesn't make me want to do anything but mess around for like 4 hours.
I mean, I would rap like 100 bars to that. Like I'm gonna write like 100 bars to it, just straight crazy ill gen shit, just with the illest flow ever.
Yeah, that might be a good one to add to the pool of beats for what the new Ain't Sufi project.
Should be me, Jen.
Ain't Sufi the Oarsman.
Nah, the Oracle.
Right. I just mixed them up, but yes. What's been good? That beat's entrancing. I literally, yeah. It's kind of good when you lose all thought. It's like the goal of life is to think with your heart and feel with your brain. So
Yep.
that beat accomplishes the task.
Ooh, that's nasty too.
Yeah, I want that. We're just. I got dibs.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Oh, hook it up.
Damn, I don't know which one's better. That right there is nasty.
Yeah, hook that one up, Exurt. How did you? Are you kidding me, bro? You're in a zone.
Yeah, seriously.
What is it? What's the tempo of that? Is that at 130?
No, this one. A lot of these are at just regular time.
Well, so that's at 60, or that's 70? Is that 75? 70?
Probably. Honestly, I wish I would have marked it down, and I don't have that laptop up to actually.
Oh, yeah, I'm a beat per minute,
That's insane.
I don't think it's as fast as 80. I think it's in the 70s. That's what I was thinking. I started in the mid 60s.
Oh, no, don't do that. Why would you do that, man? My.
Genesis the God parenting.
I just got my daughter.
His daughter Kamaya.
I just got her hip to these cherries, so she's been opening them and taking the seed out, and she just touched me on my favorite shirt. So with all the juicy on Daddy's favorite shirt, it's done now. No more favorite shirt for Daddy, huh? That's so cute.
That's detachment in action right there.
Yep.
Folks.
Detachment. Yep. She got my favorite shirt stained with cherries, so it's over with.
AKA detection. Detection.
Yeah. The universe is like, oh, you like this shirt? Cherry stains.
Let's go.
Pilot episode 15. This is why we call it pilot episode, because we're still trying to figure stuff out. That's it.
Pilot, because I like the fire.
Yeah,
I had these rappers singing like Mariah, not Carrie. My daughter just touched me with a berry, and now my shirt has to get buried. Yeah, detachment. This is fully embodied chemical, biological action from retraction, from restriction.
Chain reaction. Brain attachment. Heartbeats from the sun to the rains inactive. Clouds over the souls know what us. Go flow with us hold. Same. Infraction. Spit with a chain. Don't know. They look for the lane. Massive. Don't know where your church goes. Or your temples. A body. Plastic. The same body. Mainframe. Chain swang. Looking for gang. They all call gang. Look to hang lame. Don't understand, man. Classic. Yeah.
Neuroplastic.
Shaggy. Boombastic. I told you. Outlast, everlast, outcasted.
Cast it out,
Can't match
rewinding backwards. Can't match it with matches. You can't
Correct.
digitally scratch it.
Mm-mm.
Drinking out the flask that poured from the water in the casket. I mean, the cactus.
Mm-hmm.
I
Go
don't know
hide
what
it under
cash
your
is.
mattress. It'll be nice.
Yeah, this beat is crazy right here, boy.
Insane, bro.
I like that tempo.
It's conversational freestyle. Like, it just makes you wanna. There's no way to not flow, even with pros. Like, I know, no place like home. Unknown, known, 4 known, 5 known. Alive now. It's my zone. Why home? On a zygote. Cause I know I flow till I'm high hope. Don't get your hopes high, cause you know why. The shit goes by like time on a road by. Yeah, I flow by, notes by, to the soul sky. You know I hold every note high. That's
It's a Blonju beat right here.
nice. I can't beat what you just did. Jeez, man. That's incredible. So what are we doing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so what headspace were you in when you made this one?
Yo, man, this is like 8 minutes of focus. I don't even know. The first sample of the flute is from Carmen, which is a Spanish play, and I started with that flute and just kind of knew I needed to pick up the tempo. Like, so this is probably in the mid to high 90s in terms of tempo. Kind of got that old Wu-Tang feel on the tempo, and everything just laid itself together. Like, I grabbed a couple of samples from a couple other spots and, you know, let the choral part talk to the flute and left space for, you know, somebody to go off. Like, I could hear Raekwon, like Raekwon on this. It just reminds me of some mid 90s, like, you know, boom bap supreme type stuff. It's not quite boom bap, but it's I don't know, man. I heard that flute and I just knew I needed to lay something around it, so everything got built around that flute. It's a familiar sound.
Yeah, I definitely get a Wu vibe.
You know, like low delivery. So yeah, I don't even feel like rhyming that fast right now, but yeah, it would spark
energy behind
yeah,
it too.
it would spark a really clean flow from anybody. If you spit on this with energy, you'll sound good.
Or just telling a dope story about a day or something that you had.
Like some slick Rick type stuff.
Shout out to Mitch. .82A.
Mitch in the building.
This one's called Dimensions. I was trying to do a play on dimensions. Said the word over and over, and it turned into
thanks. I actually needed that too. I needed the explanation because I was already lost. You lost me at dimensions, and then I'm so glad for the explanation. So, and I'm not being sarcastic, even though I sound sarcastic.
I just felt like I was traveling through dimensions, and I just kept saying it different ways, like trying to have it like in the background as a hook or something, and then I just said it different cadences, and found myself saying dimensions and started laughing.
Dimensions, yeah. What are you doing today? I'm going to get them dimensions installed. So no, you know, when I'm playing soccer, I don't need to wear shin guards because I got diamond shins.
You travel with them dimensions.
Mm.
Charlie Quinn.
Yeah, It's that West Coast vibe. Yo, I want to shout. Yo, my avatar on today's show. I got to shout out Jabari, my cook at Panera and friend and artist, and it's Jabba the Bass. Jabba the Bass. JABBAHTHEBASS. Jabba the Bass. He is just a beautiful human, and we've been connecting. You know, just I order Panera almost every day, and get something from there, and we just started talking, and he's done several art pieces for me for future projects, and today's art piece is kind of you know, an alien dissecting a human with the brain out, and I don't know, man. We could take that and say, you know, what does that mean? What are we saying with that? Because he's got me in a whole nother dimension in terms of a whole nother dimension of you know, how I'm gonna release some of my material over the next 6 months. Like his art and just our conversations have sort of taken me in another direction from where I was at like 3 months ago. So I don't know. I'll say I've started sending stems to Den for the 1015 Cut project. So shout out, I am 1015 Cut. You know, I've been working with Cut for the last month or two, and so that's going to be the first thing I do. And you know, I've kind of changed around from, you know, how art works. So like raw input may become something else right now, and you know, lean towards using some of Jabari's art for that. So anyways, Jabba the Bass, man, he is some kind of artist. You know, there's so many like artists out in the world right now who they have a regular job, their art is on the side, and you know, people don't know how amazing they are, and it just takes like a friendship or a conversation to inspire somebody to get back to their art. And I don't know, it's a spiritual interchange. I saw this man in the eyes, and it's just like, I know this guy, you know, and there's a making our meaning, you know, infinite reflection of each other, and that, and he's been a blessing to work with, and he's too cheap, you know. Just want to lift them up and get them artists out there working. Like I don't know. I know there's got to be somebody out there who's like, I could be doing more art, even if it's not necessarily for, you know, it's never for money first if you're doing it for the pure intent of it, but you can get paid. You know, you can make a living off things you'd never believe you could make a living off of right now. And with the state of things, we need people pursuing their arts, regardless of what they have to do necessarily every day to make ends meet, or probably not meet in this damn country. And yeah, I'll say that.
That is very true. Don't be afraid to try something. I don't know how much time I feel I've wasted once I actually got the energy to do something that I had my mindset on. I realized that it was in my hands the entire time. All I had to do was get up and do it. Once I did it, it started becoming repetitive. It became part of my my normal routine.
Yeah, it's like making conscious release habits that, you know, create a pattern, maybe more still fractally in terms of experience than, you know, repetitively cyclical. And I think some of our habits or bad habits become, you know, really dense cycles of repetitive actions, as opposed to, you know, consistent fractal experience. We've talked a lot about the value of experience, I think, the last several shows. And you know, I gotta say, Jen and I were talking this week, and this makes me think of a conversation Jen and I had this week about valuing the physical world. Here, I'm gonna put the camera on for this. Valuing the physical world you know, as the spiritual world, we get really into like bastardizing physical creation, like as if we're second fiddle to, you know, ultimate reality or spirituality. So, you know, it creates almost a complacency and a unmovable nature of just looking for a security blanket while you're here. But it's like you don't take anything with you. So what is the value of the earthly experience? It's experience. And I don't think it's any more or less spiritual than whatever infinite spirituality, you know, in infinite conception could be described. So, you know, not to say drop everything you're doing and, you know, stop, you know, I just, in terms of being and in the present moment, I think there's a lot to be said for the earthly experience that we don't look at every day because we're busy vaulting the negative, false praising and worshiping the positive, and ignoring that most of existence is neutral or, you know, empty or vacant. And it's like we can be full in that vacancy, and, you know, we can embrace the challenges that we have in these bodies before we're gone. So, you know, it's practice. It's like infinite practice. It's like game 7 of the championship, or infinite practice all at once. And, you know, it's experience, the value of experience. Like, what's our currency? Our currency is money. They tell us to, you know, believe in money in the system. And, but our currency is energy and experience. And, you know, whatever you put behind that currency interchanges energy and experience, even if it's a paper dollar. So, you know, perspective, it's not, you don't find peace. You kind of work with peace hand in hand. You know, it's not something to search for as much as
it's like a back and forth. You're not nothing's gonna be still forever. You're gonna
well, it's like a reverse tug of war almost. Like, it's not an actual tug of war. You're the rope, you know, but like, you know, play the game, have fun, like, you know, and you can do no wrong when you kind of let go from the results and embrace the experience. But that's easier said than done. And it's not to say we don't also make infinite mistakes for the same purpose of redirection, or infinite redirection. I won't even say correction. Yeah, that's an interesting statement, Mitch. Because I wouldn't necessarily say knowledge is the goal, but I understand the want for knowledge. But I think experience is more about, it's like, it's simpler than that. Like, accepting the unknown as your knowledge, you know, and admitting you don't really know anything. Like, the most knowledge attained is still, you know, not worth more than really infinite being, just experience itself. So I don't, information, maybe, you know, I might use that word. It's a little more vague and general over knowledge. It's like we're looking for information right now. We're looking to, you know, see the veil for what it is, and enrich our experience through, you know, practical application of the same, basically. That's some jazzy West Coast shit. I feel like singing the blues or something.
Fruitful journey.
Nice. You know, what are our goals? You know, what we have? I think we have more than we even realize we have, in terms of, even the most alone is communing with the wall, you know, and it doesn't even know it. Like, we're all having this experience of being infinitely lonely but infinitely all knowing, and it's hard to grasp it all at once and be okay with it, you know. I don't even want to say at peace, because I think my goals are more general, and not necessarily tied to the language or even what we're saying. It goes back to like feeling with your brain and thinking with your heart.
Actually, if you can explain more about that, because I was going in and out of the show when you guys were talking about it.
What, last night?
Was it last night?
Or are you talking about the Long Road show?
Yeah, the
You're
Long
talking about the Long Road show. Shout out, prod by Den, produced by Den. He said it, you know. He put it as some knowledge he got through his time back in the day, really. He was, you know, hanging out at like Eddie Murphy's mansion and, you know, being produced. Like he was under a label deal, and this is probably the early 2000s. And he said it was a piece of advice he got from somebody during that time. And he never let that, you know, go. That really resonated with me when, you know, because it takes us into another lane and sort of unliteralifies everything. There's a nice made up word, unliteralify. But you know, it's like spirit. It defines, you know, spirit or gut movement. I think once you're doing, you know, you're kind of doing everything for a symbiotic purpose at that point. You know, it's mutual goals, mutual energy exchange.
I could feel the difference when I'm making beats. Thinking about that, when I'm trying to make a beat specifically for what someone, you know, catering to what someone wants versus waking up, finding a sound, or, you know, pushing a couple keys and then just making something that is completely original.
So you would say that when you set out to make something for someone, it's an easier process for you because you have a feeling in mind or a frequency in mind? Is that what you're saying?
No, I wouldn't say it's more easier. I say it's more difficult. It's like,
I agree.
It's more difficult because you, in a sense, there's limits when to a certain degree, you know, like there's limits to a certain degree because you have to stick to what this person is asking for specifically. Is it they want a 140 BPM, they want a, you know, or 90 BPM, and it kind of limits the you know, basically the sounds for, you know, or basically the other sounds. You can only go only certain things will work within that area.
Absolutely.
As opposed to, like I said, when you just wake up and I'm just gonna make a beat. You put things together. Like you could take like 20 different samples. That's probably a lot. Maybe like 10 different clips of 10 different instruments from 10 different sample packs and make a beat out of it. And no one would have ever thought to do that. All of them are different tempos, you know, but they're all on the same key. And,
that
flows better.
That's assuming that the creator, though, has less preferences or is less restricted than the artist. Because you can have a creator who's an artist who prefers specific type of beats and only makes specific type of beats. So in that case, the artist, it's limiting in the sense that he's no longer limited to what he's limited to, and now he's limited to what somebody else prefers, which is not a limit because it takes him outside of his limit. But for someone who is a creator who is more expansive in their creativity, then it would be limiting in the sense that you're limiting me at this moment in time, which is still an expansion, but it's a limitation in the sense that you, like you said, I could use 100 different samples. You're the type of person to make a beat you might not rap to. But I would like to think a lot of artists who are producers probably do have preferences, and they probably do make beats that they would rap to, versus someone who is an artist and doesn't do that, or someone who isn't an artist and is less restricted by the art and is more capable of just producing things that he wouldn't rap to because he doesn't rap and he wants to hear other people perform over these tracks, which could be any genre.
Mm. Nasty.
It's like a martial artist who practices all martial arts, and then he's limited to practicing taekwondo or something like that, you know, at a specific time. But then you have certain people that only use other arts to integrate into their art. You see what I'm saying? And if it doesn't fit into the spectrum of their art, they can't assimilate it. You know what I mean?
Well,
You're the type of
it's potential meeting capacity or vice versa. You know, we talked a lot about that
yes.
this week.
Yeah.
You can frame it in potential and capacity. Like if you have a preconceived notion of what you're going to do, you know, your capacity is already fulfilled in the future, and that makes it more contrived. You know, I think that's why we have a very contrived narrative here, and a want and willingness to contrive everything and say this is the answer. So you know, when you sort of embody infinite potential when you create with no, you know, motive in mind. You're just letting the frequency run through you. So it's where potential meets capacity is sort of, you know, the place of infinite being. And I think we look at everything so literally here in terms of infinite capacity fulfilled and trying to predict what we're going to do next, that we can't avoid almost the fear of being contrived, or the fear of being played, or the fear of being anything other than what we thought we wanted to be. And that's, you know, a dangerous path in terms of, you know, then you're thinking with your brain and you're feeling with your heart, and, you know, you take everything too seriously. So, you know, there's a sense of humor that we forget. And when we're having our most fun making a beat or something, you know, we don't forget that. We'll smile at ourselves, we'll laugh, we'll cry. Very fluid in terms of the emotional spectrum at that point, and accepting of an infinite range of experience. Basically, I don't even want to say emotions, because I think emotions are actually thoughts, and thoughts are actually emotions. We're taught to compartmentalize so inefficiently. You know, it creates the illusion of fear, for lack of a better phrase. So, and I'm not saying don't be scared. I'm just saying maybe don't be so scared, because we all gonna die. We all gonna be gone. You know, what are you taking with you in your experience? You know.
Well, the only thing we do take is experience. That goes back to the whole knowledge thing. If knowledge is what you seek, then if knowledge is not embodied, then you still leave it behind. I mean, yes, your soul will retain, you know, technique and method, and it will retain, you know, knowledge if the knowledge is authentic. Like if the knowledge is something that is substantial, but like not all knowledge is real knowledge. You know, like it's all
Correct. Yeah.
information, but not all knowledge is real knowledge. And the soul grows off of things that are authentic. It's like when you eat food that your body doesn't actually assimilate, and when you excrete it, most of it comes out instead of most of it being assimilated. So the soul is the experience in the physical world and all the other celestial planes, but the physical world, for example, is the same way. Assimilation and excretion. How much of this information is true knowledge, and how much of it can be assimilated and embodied as experience, and how much of it contributes to the amplification or augmentation of soul growth. So we're not seeking knowledge, we're seeking to embody that knowledge. Like knowledge is at the pinnacle of power, is at the pinnacle of false power, but not true power, because true power comes through experience. So we feel like knowledge is at the pinnacle of power because we know we can use knowledge against people. You know what I mean? Like people who seek power seek knowledge above power because they say knowledge is power. Once upon a time, wealth was power, and they had power from controlling resources. But then it was like, well, if we control the knowledge, we can control the resources, and we can have power over the people. But then it was like the people who go beyond knowledge and have experience are like, no, true power is in experience, and experience is in submission, because that's the only way you can truly understand the universe, is by submitting to it, not wrestling and resisting it.
Right. Well, and that's infinite acceptance of the unknown at that point in terms of what you're saying. Like, and that's where the illusion of fear meets the accepting of challenge, or the accepting of, you know, embodying experience to its quote fullest or emptiest, you know, or both fullest and emptiest. You know, for the benefit of what they call the greater good, you know, in quotes. I don't take any of that too literally, but I realize, you know, there's false knowledge being used to basically create a pyramid of a false power structure, and then the perception of, you know, false knowledge vaulted up as much as it has been, and then the fear from citizens and masses of power, or the concept of God that they've spoon-fed everybody. You know, it's a thick illusion. It's a thick veil, and it's something that we have to work through, and not be afraid to speak on while we're in these bodies. You know, it's a challenge, and what we're doing is specifically embodying what we're talking about just by having the conversation. And opening the frequency up, and it's, you know, we're infinitely strong and infinitely vulnerable at the same time, because of it, and, you know, nothing's impossible. So we'll see what we do with that.
Anyone got any music dropping? Jen just dropped.
Oh yeah, so Get Iller dropped
Throw it out there, baby.
Friday on Bandcamp. So you go, I mean, Jen can say it, but Superheru Bandcamp, Get Iller. It's XUPERHERU. Get Iller song is on Bandcamp. Get Iller video is on YouTube. That shit is fire. Those guys are doing their thing. Fire like this beat. This is my favorite beat of the pack I sent you. Real life shit.
Yeah, this is nice.
Real life shit. Gods look lifeless, might get righteous. Talk about it until time is typewritten. Error correction tape, look for the same. The mind's written, fine scripted. They look inside gifted. Talk until they see the hive mind realign, shifted. Don't understand the matrix. They keep their minds straight lifted, airlifted. Prepare with us. If you don't care, caregivers look for the same. Blood on the brain. Got tumors and chains. Don't understand the rumors and pains. Can't see because all we do is spread rumors and chains. Are they confused? Are they lame? They look for flames. Talk until they use all their lane. Yeah, off the road now. Cracked windshield. I lost y'all all now. It's heavenly shit.
You got real scratching on that beat?
Oh yeah, man. That's DJ Frankie Diesel. DJ Frankie Diesel. Frankie Diesel. Diesel. Yeah, we just made this like last Friday.
So when you make beats, do you make the beats and then you send him the skeleton of it, and then he'll add his parts and then you add more, or?
Oh no. He comes over in person and scratches like crazy for a couple of full takes over the whole beat, and then I go back through there and make sure I've just got some mood stuff so that vocals can still fit. But he goes crazy. He goes ham for like 7 minutes, and then I take pieces and put them in places. So I sort of sample his live scratch take, and that's usually like one of the last things. This beat is still pretty bare bones. There's not a whole lot to it. It's just a sample and some drums with his scratches. But it was so good. It got it. It got the early bounce out basically because the vibe is so there.
I can hear Jerome on this definitely.
Would love to have him on here. Yeah, I definitely. I'm keeping this one close to the vest, and
I heard Grandson on it too. I think he'd be able to do something nice too.
So yeah, like I'm not sure if the song we made will make the next record I put out. So that might be a good idea. Like we need something raw. This would create some raw stuff.
I think Branson's voice was so.
Yeah, especially with his new style. You're right. I might give this beat to the barkeepers actually and tell them to run it for a week. So shout out Bars Kept tonight too. Sunday's back on Sunday. Sunday was off last week, and so High Sunday Music on IG at 10 o'clock tonight with the barkeeper reviews.
Pilot episode 15. Just chilling, vibing, listening to new beats.
Love it. Love it. That is a whole vibe, Exurt.
Yeah, that's it.
It made me want to whistle. I'm just like, I want to whistle a solo. I'm just like, I'm like a bird all of a sudden.
Yeah, seriously, this is one of them staring off into the sky, just thinking.
Like, I'm a Outkast, fan since I was a kid, and like Spodio Dopalicious.
Oh man, I got. There's one in here before the show ends. I gotta play it. I don't know.
All right. Because like this is like that's an epic song. No one can ever compare anything to Spodio Dopalicious. But I was hearing kind of like the. I can only do those first couple notes to it, but like I was feeling like a sample of that almost into this beat right now.
Does this ever happen to you? Like, I'll make a beat, right? And I'll mix it down and I'll listen to it over and over and over. And sometimes my connections on my wires are a little spotty. So if I like shake too much.
A little spotty.
Yep. They'll shake too much, and like I'll only hear like a certain part of the beat. Like I won't necessarily hear like the drums fully.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I hear completely different sounds, but when I fix the connection and I try to single out what it was, I can never find it. I can never find what.
I mean, this is nasty. This is nasty. This is a whole vibe. It's not too much. It's not too little.
Or there's sometimes where I'll mix down a beat and I have it playing hecka loud in my headphones. I'll take my headphones off and I'll walk away, you know, to do something and it's still playing. But when I try to focus in on the music coming from the headphones, I hear a completely different beat, but at the same tempo.
We should collaborate on beats. I just realized I don't do that hardly enough, like at all, really. But I should send you like some samples with some basic drums already sequenced, and you'd be like, you fill this up with your drums, because like what Jen and I talk about with Den's gonna do that to some of my beats, and probably do that already on this cut project we're working on, and I think that's something you and I need to be doing too, Exurt. Like my sample style mixed with your drum style would be something off the chain. Like that Kojo beat you did, like that reminds me of something I would have chosen a sample like that for something, but I know for your melody, like that I love that song. It's like a secret song in the cut. I should pass you something that's more unfinished than usual, you know what I mean? Like some real basic drums and a nice sample flip. I love this already. You're killing it. I knew we were gonna have a beat listening party tonight. Those are always fun. Wow.
Yeah, I try to stay in the same tempo range. So like my natural instinct wanted to go to the 140 because natural instinct is to make beats for myself so I can make them, you know. But then I don't know, it's like, as I said before, I had a Jerome and Jen in mind. It's like I think their styles would be dope together.
This is so nasty. Where is this beat? Is this in the 10-pack?
I believe this one is. This one's Misplaced Steps.
I love it. I would go crazy on it. But you're right, it might not be for me. It's just something I really like.
It's a storytelling type beat.
It's for anyone. I'm just saying who I had in mind. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
I can hear Jerome. I can hear Jerome and Jen on it, of course. Both their tones would sound great.
Oh yeah, we would murder this. What you should do, Exurt, is start putting together some beats and collabing with Jerome for the Me and Jerome project. Like just put them back. That way when I got the time to go in the studio, or I got the time to sit down and write and go in the studio, we already have them. You know what I mean? And just like we'll pick through them and cover the shit ever. Like all heartfelt shit, deep shit, crazy shit, like the shit you just showed me earlier that I picked out, like shit like that me and him could go back and forth on.
It's gonna sound crazy.
ExurtBeatz, baby.
Damn, your drums are killer. I love your drum sound choices. You definitely are a fan of Dr. Dre, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, you have some Dre in you, you know, in your production style. Like, I feel like Dr. Dre is like the closest thing I can say to you. I mean it in complimentary sense. I mean, your melodies are, you know, it's the drums. I guess I'm sure there's some West Coast frequency there.
Yeah, I try. I honestly can't. I'm not good at placing labels on things.
Right. And I don't mean it in a literal sense as much as I just feel the frequency influence. I went to the store today to buy some CDs at Borders because Borders still sells physical music, and I bought 4 CDs for my car has a 6-disc changer, so I have Blonju UFO and Space Rhyme Continuum in there now, and I bought 2 double discs. I bought Tupac, All Eyes on Me, Notorious B.I.G., Life After Death, and then I bought a Beatles and a Tom Petty, like, you know, not greatest hits, but compilation type things. And I don't know, just talking about Dr. Dre made me think of, you know, what they had in Borders. I was like, okay, this is what's calling me, so I'm gonna spin back All Eyes on Me and Life After Death over the next couple of months as I throw them in there.
I say, growing up, I listened to a lot of NWA.
Oh, nice. Well, there you go.
NWA and Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Right. We've talked a lot about the Bone Thugs influence for sure. East 1999, amazing. I mean, I was definitely didn't have a clue what anything meant, but I was raised on those sounds. I was listening to the Chronic in like, I guess 92. I was like a 5th grader. I'm possible, indeed. Indeed, Charlie. I was about to be like, who made this beat? Oh, what happened? What's going on? We lost the audio. That beat broke the internet. What happened? Well, we'll just leave this space here. This meditation space.
You can't hear him either? Or he just disappeared?
No, I mean, he disappeared and the beat cut off, and it's just me and you now, I guess, in meditative silence. We were giving a moment of silence for everybody still celebrating July 4th, like it's, you know, 246 years ago or something. It's, you know, more like Juneteenth every day. Yeah, we lost you, bro. We lost you. I don't even know if you hear us. I love how Charlie's here still. Took a moment of silence for us. Yeah, I'm not just going to talk into the void. I don't
Well,
like
you do
hearing
know that
myself talk.
today, their holiday actually corresponds to Sirius lining up with our sun in our solar system.
Well, yesterday was World UFO Day or something. because that is July 2nd is the anniversary of the Roswell, New Mexico crash in 1947. So, you know, that is 75 years exactly yesterday, 75th anniversary of, you know, the Roswell crash, which, you know, a lot of information has come out in the last couple of years. You know, the government is basically telling us they've been lying to us for a long time now. So, something's going on. Something's going on.
Oh, we know what's going on.
Right, right. Well, I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I know, but it's, you know, obviously there's more than meets the eye, and we're Transformers, so whatever. So, Exurt, you're still, I don't know if you hear us, but, you know, we can ride it out for a few more minutes with Jen and I banter. That's Charlie is correct about that for sure. They got to tell us the old shit while they pretend there's no new shit going on, because we're about 75 years behind in terms of the misinformation campaign.
Yeah, and then you got to think, like, technology evolves rapidly. So 1 year of technology is like 10 years. So
Correct.
10 years
Or
of technology is like
exponentially.
100 years.
Right, exponentially.
You know what I mean? So it's like 75 years for us is like 200 to 500 years for them.
You
know, maybe 1,000. They might be 1,000 years. I mean, I would say they're at least 1,000 years ahead of us just because of all the other stuff. That's like one crash is nothing in comparison to how many crashes we don't know about, how much extraterrestrial exchange they've had with direct contact with aliens, kidnapping famous scientists, stealing their ideas.
Well,
Nikola Tesla, for example, that alone would have set them 1,000 years in the future. So we're probably like 5,000 years behind at least. You know,
in
like
terms of information and what is really out there. Yeah,
exactly.
I don't disagree.
And then honestly, we're 200,000 years off on our historical timeline because they're not telling us how we became Homo sapiens, which they know. You know, so it's
they've whitewashed history, the whole historical context of what we're dealing with over 6,000 or 8,000 years. Oh wow, the sound is back. Turn that beat down. Turn that beat down. Thank you. Yo. Well, yeah, it's all about to be revealed. They can't hold the dam much longer.
Yeah, but what's the use in telling people when you've already ostracized and or killed all the guys, the tinfoil hat wearing motherfuckers, and humanity's so far behind that they will never catch up, unless of course the righteous souls or more elevated souls who seek to liberate humanity from their restrictions are actually born in their families. You know what I mean? I mean, they're already
I hear you.
They're already plotting on a civilization on Mars so that they can have even more control over the planet. You know what I mean? Like I heard someone say the other day, well, I wish they would just go to Mars. I'm like, they are going to Mars, they are on Mars, and that's not a good thing for us, like those of us on the planet that are still fighting for resources, because that just gives them a greater a greater seat of control. Because now, if you wanted to rebel, you got to go clear to Mars. You know what I mean? Like, who's to say they don't have satellites to shoot you out the sky when you even attempt it? Or if you try to do anything, they just control the weather patterns, or they flood the Earth and say, "Yo, we're gonna reduce your population by 2-3 billion tomorrow, and we're gonna induce floods and hurricanes and earthquakes and volcanoes, and you know we're up here chilling." And then we're gonna like make sure certain bloodlines survive. You know what I mean? And then we'll just repopulate the planet with, you know, hybridized humans that we made in laboratories.
They've done that already.
Well, the extraterrestrials have, and we've tinkered with the process, but we've never done it on a scale that large, at least yet, which that's where we're going. I mean, if the people who genetically modified us did it and they used their genes to modify us, then technically it's in our DNA to replicate that process. History will repeat itself, and we will repeat that process, and we will be doing the same shit to humans on this planet. Same shit they did to us back then, the humans on this planet will do to the other humans on the planet en masse once again. And we're already on a grand scale or a great trajectory for doing that.
We'll be fine.
I mean, they're already.
We got Optimus Prime on our team, so we're okay.
Well, yeah.
We're okay.
I mean, I'm not worried about it because, you know, I'm informed and I know that, you know, everything is necessary, sum total of events. I know that I don't die. I know that I wasn't born. I know that I will come back when I'm required to come back. And I know that all things lean towards the infinite and lean towards, you know, God, the creator, creation, lean towards optimization of all things. But not all humans understand that. Most humans don't understand that. And most humans don't have the clarity or the vision to see that. So they're going to live in the matrix and they're going to abide by the rules of the matrix, and they're going to be subject to the tyrants who are at the pinnacle of the illusion within the matrix. Because it's not necessarily the matrix that's a problem. Life is a matrix. It's the people who manipulate the other people in the matrix and make them live inside of an illusion within an illusion. Like if life's an illusion, then the people that live inside that illusion that convince people of an even greater illusion within the illusion, those are the people that are the problem.
Technical difficulties. Blonju left.
Yeah, I'm here.
Perfectly on cue.
I'm still here. Oh my god, that beat's crazy. That's a famous sample.
Hey, Rue Clan ain't nothing to with. Hey, Rue Click ain't nothing to fuck with. I might have to tell him do a remix of Hey Rue. Yo. Hey, yo. Hey, Rue Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Hey, Rue Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Hey, Rue Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Hey, Rue. Yo. Super Hey Rue, my blade is samurai. Y'all. I'm gonna actually tell them to do that. Remix it. Come out with a single.
That is nasty. Nasty. I've got all kinds of melodies in my head for that, bro. I can take it in a whole nother direction. Not my head, and my being, the fiber of being.
It's called Temple of Chaos.
Is that one in the 10-pack?
No, that's one of the 5.
New one? One of the new 5. Wow, man, you're in a zone.
Yeah, been trying to keep it. Wake up in the morning. Spend like an hour.
Great job. Great job.
Do a couple skeletons. Go from there.
Man, that was a
Pilot episode 15. Blonju. Genesis to God. ExurtBeatz. DJ Kaushun. We are the guides of nothing ever. Thank you for joining, tuning in next week around the same time.